All right, welcome to part three. So I've taken my two big tables and I've laid out the two sides, and I've laid them out so that they are opposing one another, so that I don't accidentally put the boards on the inside that need to be on the outside. I've got some plans here. In order to get this view, I had to be on a ladder in the back of my garage. So I just wanted you to see the whole project laid out. This is what it looks like. 75 inches from top to bottom actually from top to tip. So it should do nicely for what I want it to do. I bought some oversized wheels. I plan on, you can see those, that's total overkill, but they're free. I already had them, and we'll make them fit, and I'll show you how that works. I also have a yardstick that I'm going to use to put some lines around the outer edge of the frame. That's so that I can start to get a gauge for where I'm going to put things. I'll show you as we get closer. Let me bring you in closer. So this is the top edge where the marquee goes. The sign comes out this way from the top. So this is the very top of the machine that we're looking at. So what I've got is this 2.5 millimeter wide ruler. I don't know what that works out to be. Let me grab my tape measure. See what that works out to be. So what, roughly 1 1/8 inches? Let me just get it all on there here. No, like 1 1/16 inches or so. Anyway, the size and width of that doesn't matter. The idea is that you want to have a border around the edge. We're going to put boards right here on these edges, and we're going to glue them and screw them in, and they're going to be sort of like the line between two different boards that you screw everything to. Sort of the corner braces, I guess is what you'd call it. So I don't want it to be, if you look at a normal arcade machine, there's sort of a lip along the top that stays there. So I'd like to match that. So this is how we're going to do it. So what width is this? Is it an inch? Is it 1.5 inches, 2 inches? Doesn't really matter. Some thin piece of wood that's even consistency needs to be placed along the edge, and then you draw a line so that there's a lip there. This one just happens to be 1 1/16 inches, or about 2 millimeters. So all right, so let's so as you can see, I've already drawn the lines on this one. It's a two-handed labor intensive thing, so I'm going to put some lines on this one, and I'll be back. I'm also going to draw a line here right where the keyboard normally fits. There's a shelf that we're going to put there. It increases the stability of the cabinet unit, and also it's what the old CRT monitor used to be supported by. I won't be putting a CRT monitor in this one, so it won't super matter, but it's part of an original arcade cabinet, so it's going in mine. So I'll draw a line there. And then down here where I've got these wheels, really I just want the wheels to stick out from the skirt just barely. So as you can see, I've sort of flushed them along the bottom edge here. And so I mean, if I drew a line right there, they would be slightly off. So the plan would be to figure out how tall that is right there, and then give it maybe 1/2 inch. I want maybe 1/2 inch to tuck out down here of one of these big bally wheels. I bought 4 of them. These are Home Depot specials. You can pick them up. I bought 2 that swivel like that have a locking mechanism, and 2 that sit like this. So these are the back of the machine ones, and those are the front of the machine ones for adjusting. So like I said, I'm gonna take this, figure out how much space is right here, and then drop it down by a 1/2 inch and put a line. Because the idea is to make this so that it just barely peeks out by a little bit like that, so it's capable of holding up the machine and being wheeled around a 1/2 inch or so. So let me make some lines and I'll do that. All right, I've got all my lines drawn. This line down here, I've decided is going to be 4 inches. That's so that the edge of this can sit right here, and this 2x4 can come and butt right up against the line. Now you notice that I left my 1 inch that I had from my ruler that I spaced right there. I'm still going to leave that. So this width of this board at the bottom part is 33 inches. I cut this 2x4 to 31 inches, leaving a 1 inch here. That's so that there's a door down here that needs to be able to close and fit into that space. So I left 1 inch on this side and then 1 inch in the back, because we're going to have a 3/4 inch piece for the back that comes and screws in here. So you don't want too much, right? So, all right, so position that 2x4 directly above the line that I drew at the 4 inch mark. That's so that this can sit right here and I can bolt it to that 2x4. I'll do that one on each side and swivel in the front and fixed in the back. So that's my plan. That requires both hands and fast movement. So when next you see this, it's going to be glued and clamped in position. Now that it's glued and clamped, I'm going to screw it to the board using these screws, so that I have this is going to hold the whole cabinet up. It's the base unit, so you got to reinforce the crap out of this section. So I'm going to put a row of screws, and I'm going to try to zigzag them to add strength and to keep it from rotating. So I'll put 5-6 screws in here to make sure that it's sturdy. And then I just got to do exactly the same thing over here. There's no reason for me to show you that too, because it's exactly the same setup, the same line in the same place, the same 2x4. So that's going to be it for this part 3. I'll catch you next time.